Hello and welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 544.
Yep.
I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I am Leslie, as soon as you don't call me Les. Today is Sunday, the 5th of September.
Mama Linneman's birthday's soon.
Is it? What day is it?
The 6th.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure it's the 6th. Now I'm on the spot. I'm pretty sure it's the 6th.
Is she went north, right?
Yeah, they're on their way to the Finger Lakes region
To visit family?
visit some family, and my dad's side of the family gets together every year,
Mm-hmm.
and so they are all getting, like, it's just him, his sister, her husband, and his other brother. So they'll be getting and everyone's vaccinated and such, and they will be getting together, and no one leaves their house because they all are retired, so they'll be getting together.
Oh, I thought you meant during the trip. I was like, that
Nope.
seems weird.
No, like, they don't leave their house in general.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad they're getting to visit some family.
Yeah, absolutely.
And being safe about it.
Yep. So happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah.
She won't
She
see
won't.
this. But we'll send her a birthday
The
note.
thought is there.
Yep.
So, we haven't recorded in about a week and a half, maybe? Something
Week
like
and
that.
2 days.
Yeah, life has been busy this week. So,
It has been.
we do both have knitting, a little bit.
Very little bit.
Anyway, do you want to go? Or would
Sure.
you like me to go?
I have two things to share. So I am knitting on a pixie powered super bulky hat kit from Umbasito. I got this in the SSK marketplace this year, the virtual marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a kit, and it comes with a matching snap pom-pom.
Oh, cute.
Isn't that cute? And then it also came with a stitch marker
is this
and
the lunchbox
everything.
thing?
Yeah.
Did you just say that?
I said the Umbasito kit.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, it's in a little, like, clear box. They're actually on sale right now. And I'm thinking about a second one. So the yarn is a singles bulky that I'm knitting on size 10.5 needles. I'm using my Licka bamboos because they are not super pointy, because it is a single, this yarn can be a little splitty.
Yeah.
Especially if you keep ripping it out like I have. But the pom-pom is a snap one, and so the other side is like a snap that you sew in place.
I like the idea of those.
Yeah, so I'm super stoked about this. This is a Christmas present for someone. So yeah, it's perfect. I can even gift it in the box that it came in.
Oh, yeah.
If I am so inclined. So I am thinking about getting some more because they have some great colors. It's got like that blue. It's super fun.
Yeah.
The pom-pom's super
It
fun.
matches really well, too.
And this is I hand wound the yarn because it was only like 70 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm super happy with it. It's going really fast. I just cast it on last night while I was watching the Georgia Clemson game.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and soft. It's squishy. It'll be
Yeah.
warm, and yeah, super cute. It's supposed to be sized to fit like teen adults because it will stretch.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yep, and it comes with the pattern and everything. And then the second thing that I did this week is I swatched.
I saw that yarn in your bag, and I was like, ooh.
You've seen this
I
before.
don't care. I like it.
Thank you. So this is some hand spun, and I am knitting this on a size 6, maybe? Yep, size 6. I'm using the Addy clicks, the lace ones.
Look at how gorgeous that
They've seen it before too, because
I
I
don't
just
care.
spun this in May.
is. It's so pretty. I want to take it and keep it forever.
You tried to take it last time I showed it. I was like, no, I have plans for that. So it is 8 ounces and around 1,000 yards. That's how my little swatch looks. It's going to be the Beachcomber pullover by Tiff Nealon, who is Tiff Knits. It's a cropped, sleeveless kind of sweater to go over. I have like a black dress that I think it'll look good over. And so, yeah, that's the plan for it. And I have an extra,
Skein of this for me?
well, I have an extra braid. So if I do run out, I can spin some more, but maybe they'll be that will be extra for you to spin.
I like this a lot.
Thanks. That was one of the first things that I spun on the Sparrow when I got it.
So is this 8 ounces?
That's 8 ounces. And around 1,000 yards. And that's what this pullover calls for.
It's really pretty.
So, yeah, I'm super. It's showing up a little bit more ready.
Did you get gauge?
I haven't checked yet.
Oh, okay.
This should be 5 inches. It looks about 5 inches. But I washed this morning and laid it flat to dry. And it dried. So I'll measure it later today.
You'll
Probably.
measure it right now.
Will I? On all the flat surfaces that I have. So I can't remember what the gauge is actually supposed to be. That's vertical.
So it's right on vertically. It's 5 inches.
Okay.
And it's right on horizontally.
Good. So I might cast on for this tonight. It's worked bottom up. So I have some time to like knit on it a little bit and see how it's coming out.
Yeah. And if you have to adjust gauge, you can do that.
Yeah.
Once
it's got a herringbone at the bottom, which I've never done before. Ooh. Which is cool, and she says to use interchangeable needles, which is why I pulled out the Addy Clicks.
I love my Addy Clicks. I know they're not your favorite because the join isn't perfect. You know.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of a hop because of the way that the needle and the cable joins.
Well, we'll see. This is the first time I've actually used them on a big project. So
oh, really?
I'm stoked about it.
This actually had a tape measure in it.
Look at that. It also has my favorite tapestry needles in the world. I love those. Those Cocoa Knits, they've got, now we have to talk about these. The Cocoa Knits bent tapestry needles are like super sharp on the end. Like super sharp and perfect for splitting yarn.
But they also have like this isn't the same, but they also have a bent tip.
Yeah, they're a bent tip, but it's like a sharp point.
Yeah.
So if you can find the Cocoa Knits, those are my favorite. I order from them online sometimes.
They have really unique tools.
They do.
I like they just did a thing in their newsletter about the triangle stitch markers and how it helps when you've got a set of repeats, especially lace repeats, and you end on a yarn over.
Yes.
A lot of times that yarn over likes to slip under or over your stitch marker. But if you use triangle stitch markers, apparently that doesn't happen. I can't attest to it. I've never tried them, but.
And they're also being more eco-friendly with their packaging and stuff like that. They've got a cool new pattern holder coming out that looks really nice for paper patterns. I'm on their newsletter because I buy
I am too.
Tapestry needles from them all the time. They also have good blocking setups and stuff like that. And I have her book to maybe someday knit out of. I need to look and see the sizing on that book because I don't think it's as inclusive as it could be. But we'll see.
I can't say because I don't know. I do have some knitting.
Yes.
So I have made progress on something you guys have seen a lot of. And that is the Neon Tee by Cecily Glowick McDonald.
Your linen tee.
Yep. And it looks like that. It's a simple lace kind of shell. And I'm knitting it out of what the pattern calls for, which is a Sparrow, which is a Quince & Company yarn. This is living in a yarn and whiskey bag that we got earlier this year. It's beautiful print. I finally got to the point where I divided for the front and the back.
Yay!
So I got one repeat done where it's separated for the front and the back. And
I like your use of...
Yeah, I couldn't find my stitch stopper from Gelby, so I just used a hair tie to hold the ends because the yarn is super slick and these are metal needles.
Yeah.
Because I really only use metal needles, and it would have slid off, so that's why I just tied it.
But Gelby stitch stoppers are amazing. She has some. Oh, she's doing the cutest reels right now on Instagram. Yeah. I'll show you some later.
Yeah, I'm not on the gram, but yeah. So I just used a hair tie because I'm lazy. But I just started the front and I ran out of pre-wound yarn, so you can see back there, it's on the Swift. I need to wind more before I can keep going because I ended the row with about 4 inches of yarn left.
And that's a Shacked Ultra Umbrella Swift over there.
If you're looking for like a quality tool to put on your wish list, maybe for a partner to give you, for a holiday or something, these Swifts run. I think it's between $150 and $300-ish.
$300-ish.
Depending on whether you get the counter with it, because it has an optional yarn counter on it. But it's something that'll last.
Or if you want to just treat yourself.
Yeah. I mean, we've taken ours to SSK 4+ years in a row, and let me tell you, when people buy yarn at the market, they use our Swifts and winders. They put them through some abuse. So, and
the only thing I've had break was at SSK, and it's the little rubber grommet thing in the bottom.
I had one of them, pop
and
on me.
Shock just sent me a new one. I called them and I was like, hey, can I buy a replacement? And I think it was like 44 cents, and they just stuck one in an envelope for me.
Yeah.
And sent it.
And in a pinch, you can just tie them.
Yeah.
You can tie it together. But it's a great quality tool. It's made by Shock, so it's made in the USA, which is wonderful.
Yep.
By
Colorado.
By people who make wonderful tools. So that is the first thing I'm knitting on. And the second thing is, it's one of those things that I added to my queue years ago, and I keep going back to it and thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Kieran Foley pattern. It's called Camino Bubbles. This one is the large bubbles version. I'm not doing the large bubbles version. I'm doing the small bubbles version.
It looks like it was originally knit on Oro.
Let me see what it calls for.
Or it would be pretty out of Nora or hand spun.
Together. Smaller version. It doesn't say.
Okay.
It doesn't say what yarn that it was knit on. Yeah, but it does look like a Nora with a long color repeat.
Mm-hmm. It would also be pretty out of Kimber Fiber Optic, her gradients.
Yeah, or hand spun. It would be pretty out of that. I actually wanted to knit this out of Laura. Won some yarn, and I might have stolen it from her.
Oh yeah, she did.
It was this gorgeous pastels, which is not something I typically go for, but it was just a great colorway. But it was a single, and this requires drop stitches, and it's not great for singles yarn because it abrades the yarn to some degree when you do the drop. So it's not great for a single. So I decided against using that. And instead, I'm using some Leading Men Fiber Arts.
Ooh.
In the King Max colorway.
I love that colorway.
And this is in the showcase space, which I don't think they have anymore because I went to link it and I couldn't find it. The colorway they still have. It's just this specific superwash base. It looks like they don't have anymore. They probably have another very similar version.
Yep.
So this is in the King Max colorway, which is a reference to Where the Wild Things Are. It's not quite as bluey as it's coming across on the screen. It's more green, but it's a lovely color. And I got 2 skeins of it, so I should be able to get a nice size garment out of this. I forgot how satisfying it is to drop stitches. It just makes me happy.
My friend Farrell loves knitting the
clap tee.
Yeah, and I think that's part of it too. Like there is something to be said. There's a new newish design called the Outline Tank and Outline Tee. I think you'll like that too. Siri knit it. Siri
from our Patreon people?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So she just knit it and it looks so good on her.
I'll have to look it up.
But that looks fabulous here.
So,
I'll give you a hand.
Thank you. I need 2 hands. You need to hold it up at the top.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so this is the smaller version, and it just makes me really happy.
It's really pretty. Is it seamed at the end?
No, it's just a scarf.
Oh, okay. I didn't. It looked like
added
a cowl
some length.
on the.
No, I didn't want to do a cowl. I want to use a lot of the yardage on this. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna make a big long stole or scarf out of it until I just get sick of the pattern.
Or you run out of yarn?
Well, I've got almost 1,000 yards, so I think I'll get sick of the pattern before I run out of
You
yarn. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. The yarn is pretty good for variegates because I looked at a lot of other people's notes on Ravelry when I went to buy the pattern because it's the only place I could actually buy it was on Ravelry. So yeah, it looks really good in variegates, and you can make it narrower and longer if you only have a single skein.
Absolutely.
I don't particularly like super skinny scarves. So I just.
It's gonna be fun to block too.
Yeah, it will. Because with drop stitches, it can be misleading. It's like lace. Until you block it, you really don't know what it looks like. So,
absolutely.
So yeah, that's what I'm knitting on, and I'm pretty happy with it.
You should be. It's gorgeous.
You have a finished object, but it's still wet.
It's still wet. So I finished yesterday the V-neck magpie, and I could have shown it to y'all unblocked, but I really wanted to get some extra length out of it and show it blocked. I think that's going to be the most accurate depiction of it.
Did you get some good length out of it?
I went from 8 inches to 10 inches.
Okay.
So I'm happier with that.
Yeah.
It might end up living with Leslie.
I will not complain.
But you won't complain about a hand-spun garment.
No.
Just because my gauge lied and it's wider than I was anticipating. It's
a little shorter too. Like Laura's torso needs it to be a little longer.
Yeah. So I'll spin for it again and knit it again. It's a fun knit. Or I'll knit the one that's not a V-neck. Maybe we'll see. We'll see when it is. I wanted to do the finish. Yeah, I wanted to do the whole finish blocking.
Yeah.
The pattern's great. Loved it. I ended up using almost every single bit of the 12 ounces that I spun. So I think that in the sport weight was a good decision. Maybe I should go up to 12 ounces of a single color for the body and then just 4 ounces for the sleeves and such next time. So I just have a little bit longer length. I can make it full length then. Some people do make that like waist length instead of cropped. But yeah.
You were looking for those plastic stitch holders at Joann's or whatever?
Yes.
I found some on clearance and they were $2 a piece and I got you.
Nice.
There were 2 of them left.
Yes. The little clover ones. I like those. Good. So yeah, I'm super happy with the process of knitting it. I thought it was super fun. It would have been done a lot faster had life not been super unaccommodating towards other things this past couple weeks. But yeah, I had volleyball games and football games this week at work where I couldn't really knit. So yeah, I'm super happy with it, and I hope that it blocks in a way that it will be. And I haven't put it on. I put it on over a t-shirt, which is a terrible way of trying to gauge if it'll look good or not. But at the end of the day, if it makes me happy,
that's all that matters.
All that matters. So you guys will see it next time, or just pictures of it stylized.
Yeah,
because I think that's a truer reflection. Because when you're sitting, everything looks longer, anyways. But yeah, we'll see. So that is done, and hopefully this hat will be done today. Maybe by the time we end.
Perhaps. Although maybe not, because neither of us has a whole ton to talk about.
That's true. So that is my finished objects. Yeah. What have you finished anything? I didn't even look. Oh, good.
So I finished a cross stitch, and I haven't started another one yet because I was working on something else, but I will start something this week. This is another one of my Christmas gifts. And this one says, I am presently experiencing life at the rate of several WTFs per hour. This is the one where I had to pick out most of this line and redo it.
And you washed it looks like, because the grids are gone.
Yep. Yeah. The water-soluble marker where I graded off every 10 squares. I just soak it when I'm done with it because it'll take out all the folds from where it was in the hoop and everything. Yeah. So that's done. A link to the Etsy shop where I got this is in our show notes, as is everything else. Our show notes are at our website, which is TheKnitGirlls with 3Ls.com. So that's a cross stitch item finished. And then I decided to make another cute little felt thing.
Ooh.
So, I don't know. Hang on. Grab some. So this is a pin cushion.
Oh my gosh, Becca would love that.
This is
Oh,
from
that is the cutest thing ever.
Rick Rack Sews. It's an Etsy shop. There's
Oh,
little
look at the little ears.
there's little eyes in there.
Oh,
and
was
little
it a
fabric
kit
ears.
or?
No,
Oh, you
it's just a pattern. So you just have
cool.
to get felt from like Joann's or Michael's or something. So on this side is a little space for your scissors.
Oh, did you put like beans in it to give it some weight?
And then on this side, there's a little space for like your embroidery needles.
Yes.
And then I just did a little embroidery on the top to make it interesting. And then you can put your needles in the top. The top of it is filled with polyfill, but the bottom of the feet, it didn't say this in the pattern, but I felt like it would be flimsy if I didn't put some weight on the feet.
Yeah.
So the bottom of it, I put, you could use poly pellets, but I already had some the beads that you use for weighted blankets.
Yeah.
I had some left over, so I just put those in the feet up until where the feet join, so it gives it a little bit of weight. And
so cute.
yeah,
I'll have to take a picture of that and send it to Becca because she loves elephants.
maybe you shouldn't.
Okay.
Because I bought a couple of other patterns because I want to. We're going to a very small get together in October, and I thought I would make presents for some of the people that were going.
Well,
there.
that would be perfect for her.
So, yeah. It was the only part of this that I didn't actually enjoy doing was sewing on the ears. It was really hard to get them in a shape where I felt like they were relatively natural, and the more I look at it, the more I dislike it. So I'm just going to stop looking at it.
I think it looks good. I think you're being too hard on yourself.
So, but yeah, I thought it was really cute. It came out really cute. And again, this pattern is called, I don't remember. It's Elephant Pincushion. It's by Rick Rack Sews on Etsy. And again, the link is in our show notes, which is on our website, TheKnitGirlls.com.
Cool.
So, yeah, I had a good time making that. And I got pattern for a couple of other ones.
Nice.
Not animal ones, but just
other pincushions.
Other pincushions.
Gotcha.
That's a good, like, low expense gift,
Yeah.
for other friends that sew.
Absolutely.
Anyway, that's all the crafting I've got this week. Actually, I finished 2 sewing things, but I don't have any pictures of them, so I'll talk about them next week.
Sounds good. I did some spinning, but I didn't bring it because it's still on the Ladybug wheel. I am spinning for a Flax Light sweater, and I am doing that out of some Hello Yarn patchwork kits, so I will show you guys that next time because I should have one bobbin done.
That's the pullover, not the cardigan?
That is the pullover. Yep. It's all of, apparently this 2021, I almost said 2020.
I know, it feels like it.
2021 is the year of hand spun sweaters for me, hopefully, so we'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping to get a good bit of that spinning done. I did spin on it some watching the Georgia Clemson game last night, but not enough to really show. And I also have like a big bin of fiber that I could bring over and show exactly what I'm doing. Or maybe I'll do an Instagram live because that's at my house and a little bit more accessible.
Yeah.
But
it
yeah.
Won't end up in the trunk of your car.
Yeah, like we're all over my car. But yeah. So that's happening. It's just slow and steady. I've only spun around. I was telling someone yesterday that I hadn't spun all week, and she was like, "Oh, that's probably contributing to your stress level too." And I was like, "You know what? It probably is, because spinning is my happy craft, and when I can't do it, it stresses me out a little bit."
Understandably so.
So hopefully I will get back to spinning some this week. I have tomorrow off, so I do have some plans for at least half the day, but some work that I need to get done. But the other half, I think I will probably spend spinning.
I haven't decided what I'm going to do with my day off.
You're welcome to come over for a smidge
Let's see.
while I spin.
I need to spin some, so maybe.
Okay. Leslie can only spin at my house. That's the rule.
Well, it's not that. It's my house isn't really set up for. There's so much crammed into my living room, and the seating is all sofas, and the sofas are too low for spinning because if I sit on the sofa, my hips are lower than my knees.
Yeah.
And that's bad for spinning posture, and it's hard on my knees. So I don't typically spin.
Unless you're on an e-spinner.
Yeah, like I'll ply or spin on an e-spinner at my house, but usually I only really spin on a treadle wheel at Laura's. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could make an effort and make it work here. I just don't. So I've been reading the last book in the Leveling Up series, which is Magical Midlife Meeting. It's kind of lost a little bit of its luster for me. The characters are great, but the story just isn't grabbing me. So, and then I listened to the last of season 6 of My Dad Wrote a Porno.
Was it done?
Yeah, it
Aww.
finished about a month ago. But I don't know when the next, like they're going to do a Christmas episode because they always do, but they're touring most of next year, so I don't know when they're going to do another season.
Ooh.
Which is annoying, but I mean, it's their people and they deserve to have a life and all that.
Absolutely. You wish that they could make it record while they were on
yes,
tour.
that would be great. But realistically, I know how demanding it is to entertain people, so that's fine. Yeah. What about you? What have you been reading?
Absolutely nothing. I have been watching some manga, some anime, and then I've also been finishing the second season of Blown Away. So that's been...
And that's a glass blowing show on Netflix.
It is. I have one episode left. Chris just left. No, that's a spoiler. Sorry.
I don't remember any of them, so...
The professor guy who was kind of a jerk to the other people.
Yeah.
Not kind of a jerk. Who was a jerk to the other people is gone. And it's top 2 now. Sorry if I spoiled you.
It has been out for a while.
You won't remember.
To be fair.
So yeah.
I've been watching Fringe, which is
that's an older series, right?
Yeah, I think it was like 2010 to 2015 or 16, maybe a little later than that. But it was like a more modern X-Files.
Oh, okay.
And it has Joshua Jackson, who was in
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek, yeah.
I was just reading an article about one of the girls who's in Dawson's Creek. The one who was like the bad one.
Yeah,
Not
Joey.
Katie Holmes, but yeah. And how she
Busy Phillips is her name.
Yes, how she kind of like had to leave TV behind in order to be recognized as a serious actress.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting. It's an interesting article.
Yeah, Busy Phillips is an interesting person. She was in Cougar Town. She was really good in Cougar Town. What else? I don't really think I have a whole lot else to talk about. It's been, there's a lot of weird drama stuff going in auxiliary to me or with other people, not involving me. It's been a busy week and I have nothing to show for it. Well, I feel like I have nothing to show for it. I do have some things to show for it. Kobe and I are working on some paintings. I'll show you when we go back downstairs.
And we made baskets.
Yeah. I still need to light mine on fire.
We both failed hard at our fail.
I disagree. Yours isn't picture perfect, but it is a basket and it functions.
Yes. Well, I finally did the other, lashing at the top this morning, and it was falling apart, which is why I had to do the lashing. Everything was coming undone, and I was like, oh.
Did it fix fix it?
No, it did not.
Oh.
If anything, it probably made it a little bit worse. So the top part that's supposed to kind of like seal,
Yeah.
there's nothing sealed there, but the things that were supposed to be used to seal.
Maybe you need to light yours on fire too.
No, I have my, I did some retail therapy. And Leslie already knows about this, and I got a set of My Little Pony minis from Republica Unicornia, and they are living and they're looking pretty and making me happy.
Oh God, they're already here?
Oh yes.
Wow.
They got here a couple days ago. She was super fast on the shipping, especially since we had a hurricane. Oh, thank you people who reached out to make sure that we were okay. The hurricane did not really hit us at all. We're too far inland, and we didn't really get any.
Yeah, we had a tiny bit of weather, but it wasn't nothing like
Katrina when she came through a couple years ago. Well, a lot of years ago.
It was, like 15 almost.
2005, so 16 years ago.
Was it 2005? I thought it was 7.
Nope.
Okay.
It was my first year at the lake.
Okay.
So yeah, we didn't really have much of anything, just a little bit of storms, no tornadoes or anything that sometimes we get from spin-off of hurricanes. So we were very fortunate. There were other people, like there's pictures of the yarn shop in Philly that we like to go to.
Hidden River?
Yeah, she was under a river.
Oh,
like
wow.
that river that runs on the back, like flooded up and covered that entire street.
That's crazy.
So like Philly got hit pretty hard.
I know New York got
New
flooded.
York's subway system flooded in places and some other things. So I hope none of you were affected by that. And I know like Rick of Whimsy Stitches, his place was damaged and his renter unit was damaged, and he lost a shed and everything inside. And they're in Texas right now, I believe. Because there's still no power where they are.
A lot of New Orleans still has no power.
Teeny Button still has no power. Michelle, I can't remember is it Michelle Arts, Fiber Arts? She has no power. So there's still a lot of people that won't have power for a long time.
I remember about Anne or
yeah, I need to reach out to her. Because I haven't heard from her in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Like over a year. So I need to make sure she's okay. Anyway.
Yeah, we've met some amazing people through the Knit Girls and SSK.
Yes.
And we worry about you all.
We take that ownership on ourselves. So yeah.
Well, hopefully we can go a week without a natural disaster. Or
personal disasters.
Or another health
issue,
epidemic or something.
That'd be good. I would appreciate that.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. So, you guys try and keep it safe and sane. And we'll talk to you again next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.